Hello friends, welcome back to Student Blog. In this series of Nutanix training, we will be looking at Prism Central dashboard. So before that, we will see a few things about Prism Central. Prism Central is like a centralized management from for multiple clusters. We can manage multiple clusters at a time from single Prism Central, and you can also manage virtual machines, hosts, disk storage, and network, lot more. And also, like, you can analyze multiple cluster capabilities, and you can also analyze alerts, events related to multiple clusters from a single point of a management screen. So Prism Central, the features for Prism Central is like you can register multiple clusters, and you can have a single sign-on for multiple clusters from single location, and you can customize the dashboard as required for registered clusters, and like you can manage virtual infrastructure for any VMs, containers, images, etc. So also, like, you can upgrade Nutanix drivers, that is NGT, for multiple VMs at a time from single point. So in selecting the VMs, you can upgrade the drivers, and you can upload images. So you can add space to a disk, or you can add memory or CPU from the from Prism Central dashboard. Along with that, using the LCM, that is life cycle management, you can you can update the drivers of the from the hardware. You can upgrade the drivers firmware, and also you can upgrade the softwares foundation, like whatever the Nutanix software is available, you can upgrade it. I will see all in a couple of minutes. So apart from that, you can also connect to the service connection pages like Carbon, Bucket, and Calm. So these are all overview. I just took it from Nutanix website. Thank you very much to Nutanix. So, and also I'm using Nutanix test drive. Thank you Nutanix for providing me this opportunity to log in and share the advantages and all stuff with our friends. So thank you Nutanix, and let's see, this is the dashboard when you log into the Nutanix Prism Central. This is the dashboard, so where you can see main dashboard, and you can manage dashboards. So as our Nutanix Prism, we have a black bar at the top of the screen where you can see the alerts, you can see the task. Simply a single click will take you to the alert screen where we can see what is going on, and if you click on the task, you can see the recent tasks and status of the task. And also, if you want to view all tasks, just click that and it will take you to the all tasks, what's going on over here. And if you need any help, just click on help, and you can see couple of things here, like even you can create a support case. Clicking create support case, it will take you to the Nutanix support case site, and where it pretty simple to raise a case like P1, P2, P3, P4, and based on the case, Nutanix support guy will reach out to you, and Nutanix support is really awesome. So this is where we can do it. And or you can, if you click on what's new in Nutanix, it will list out their online document, and lots more here. So if you click on admin, you'll be able to see the option to change password, upload profile, download commandlets, a few things. And you can click on about Nutanix, and you'll be able to see the version of Nutanix we are using. So Nutanix Prism Central is 2021.8, and NCC version 4.2.0, and LCM version 2.4.4.1. So this is the the version when you click on help about, you will get it. So sometime Nutanix when Nutanix support guys will ask you to share the uh, version of Prism Central or anything you are work in your environment, then you have to check it here when when you raise a case with them. And apart from that, so if you click on the settings, so like you'll be able to see couple of options. Most of the things will be same as Prism element. So capacity configuration, you can see here entity sync, licensing. If you click on licensing, you will be able to see the licensing, uh, what license there and all stuff. You click on license details, you will be able to see the Prism license, like its ultimate trial version. So now you can see the details here, like if you go back, so like what is the Prism, like how many clusters you are handling and expiry date, everything is available here. So Prism Central Management, if you click on this, it will take you to the virtual IP of the domain. So domain is not specified here. So if you edit the Prism Central command, you can provide the domain name, cluster name, and FQDN and virtual IP, which we done it in our previous videos already. So here also you can see the Prism Central version, and you can see the capacity, like managed VMs is 11 and managed clusters are 2. You can click on this to see the clusters. So just you click on it and it will take you to the available clusters here. So we have two clusters, one is AOS cluster and one is a Prism Pro cluster. So both are running on two different AOS versions. This is 5.20 and this is 5.15, and but both are running on AVH hypervisors. So this is having one hypervisor and this is having three hypervisors and this is having 5 VMs running on it. So like this is somewhat few details. So going back to the settings, uh, so update Prism Central, like you can update it from here, but we have another option where we can do it. So it's successfully upgraded. So some, I think it's already running. So you can see like Prism Central can be updated here. So if you see, click on NCC, like you have available versions which are downloaded, like which are available here. Whatever version you want, you just click on download and it will download and it will ask you to install it. So we are not going to do it now, but upcoming videos definitely will work on upgrading the things. So apart from this, if you have a binary file with you, you can just click on upload the binary and it will take you to the path where you downloaded, and you just need to select that and we need to upload it. Witness is witness a witness is created for redundancy, like it's like a Microsoft cluster where generally configure a witness disk. If one server goes down, still obviously the witness server will vote to keep the cluster online. Same thing here. If you see here, some description mentioned here, the witness service continuously monitors cluster nodes, etc., to provide automatic failure handling. This Prism Central can act as witness service and can be used to enable auto failure in recovery plans within PC only. So Prism Central instance for witness is running as a separate failure domain. Prism Central and Prism Element instance are upgraded to capable versions. So here we are able to see like one witness available, that is this one. So we'll look into it in detail in future videos. So connect if you are able to see setup, like connect to frame, enable chip options are available here. Pulse, like enabling pulse will take, what happens is if you check this box and save it, what happens is the pulse is enabled, and like pulse is a Nutanix automated support system, which will take care of which will take care proactively for any issues. It's simply it will took the bundles of log bundles and provide a solution to you before any disaster happened. So if you go through it, like it says like Pulse is Nutanix automated support system. Pulse provides diagnostic system data to Nutanix in order to deliver proactive, context-aware support for Nutanix solutions. Should an issue arise, enabling Pulse can reduce issue resolution time up to 40%. So this is somewhat very much helpful, which is getting a solution proactively. So this is self-service administration, for domain controller configuration, where you need to connect your domain. So Vcenter Restation is like if you have a vCenter running on ESXi boxes, you need to you want to connect it. So what you'll do is like it's running on AOH, AHV, like Nutanix hypervisor. But if it is an ESXi box, obviously what happens is you will get an option to register your vCenter. You need to provide the uh, uh, vCenter FQDN and vCenter admin username password, and once you provide the details and save it and test connection, it will connect to your vCenter and it will start working. Like it starts managing your vCenter. Couple of things, whatever you do it from here, that will be done on the other side. Like if you are going to create a VM, obviously it will be created on a vCenter. If you want to add space, memory, CPU, what all, like everything can be done from here itself, which is like same thing happening from vCenter. So this is the place where we will configure a vCenter, and apart from that you have networking, where advanced networking options are available. So we can like we can configure HTTP proxy here, and name service is nothing but your DNS server. You will provide the DNS IPs or servers details here to connect to your host resolution. NTP server is nothing but your time servers to time sync. We'll be providing the NTP server details here. As if you have SMP, SNMP, you'll provide SNMP here. Like cluster lockdown is like we already discussed this before. SSL certificate, it will come with the default self-learn certificate, where you can replace the default self-signed certificate with your own certificate. So authentication is nothing but Active Directory authentication, where you will configure the Active Directory server name with the LDAP URL. So once you do it and test it, it will start authentication with Active Directory, and you can provide permissions. You can provide permissions to users and groups to log into your Prism Central or Prism element. We will be using this here, and local like same thing, like you can provide the role mapping. If any group, Active Directory group is there, you can provide the role. So we can provide the role, admin role, or something like that, admin role, or you can view a specific role, like a couple of roles available. So when you click on new mapping, it will ask for type of user or a group or a OU. So whatever, if a single user, you will select this. If it is a group, security group, you will select this. And if you want to provide access to a complete OU, you can select this one. And the role, what type of role you want to do, viewer, just a viewer, cluster admin, or user admin. So selecting the particular role, the user will get the permissions, and here you need to mention the username or group name, so that when you save it, that particular group or user will get the access. Apart from that, alert mail configuration is nothing but whatever alerts, a single alert, or like every single alert will be sent to the particular mail ID. You mentioned it here. So using the tunnel connection through SMTP, the mails will be sent, like alerts will be sent to the particular DL or a single mail ID. You mentioned it here. So SMTP server, as we discussed, SMTP server details will be provided here with port number, all stuff, username, everything. And syslog server is nothing but you can if you have any log server, then you can provide like you can add the syslog server name and name or IP here. So language settings, it is not that much important. You can select the language and location. So we discussed about this, and the welcome banner also we discussed about it. We'll go to the compute. Okay, so we have if you see here in the dashboard, you have compute, network security, policies, data protection and recovery, hardware, and a lot more. So we look at it one by one. So in this we look at the compute and storage. If you click on VM, we'll be able to see the list of VMs running in the clusters. So as I said, if you have multiple clusters, you can see the multiple cluster here, which is listing the cluster name. So if you see here, this is the VM name, and this is the hypervisor name, though it is giving the uh, it is giving then some it look like some IP, but here it will be the cluster host name and owner, hypervisor, what hypervisor is running in the back end. Is this Nutanix hypervisor or ESXi or Hyper-V? So it will also give the details about the assigned memory, address, power on state, and NGT, that is Nutanix driver details. So it will give the details, and apart from that, cluster name. If you have multiple clusters, it will show what cluster it is belongs to. So this is for the VMs, and if you click on VM, we can also create VM from here as well as from Prism. So you can give the name, optional description, cluster name, which cluster you want to push it. So available cluster and the number of VMs, like how many VMs you want to build. So you can select the VMs up to like sequence of 5. So it will create VMs and CPU assigned scores and virtual CPUs memory. Once you click next, what happens is I'm not going to build any VM, but just select. Okay, if you click next, it will ask for disk, network. Okay, so this all we already looked at our previous videos how to create a VM, so we are not going to do it here, but yeah, this is the place where we'll build the VM. You can also see the summary. You can also see the list of VMs. If you see here, like VM details with CPU, this is a summary and a list of VMs and alerts, events, and metrics. Also you can do it from here, like you want to see the metrics for particular for CPU or memory or IOPS, you can do it here. So if you go back to the compute and storage, OVAs or nothing but when you want to deploy a OVA or OVA, you need to select, click on upload OVA and select the OVA file from your local from the server where you are accessing, and just click next, and few details, and you'll be able to build the OVF. Using the OVF file, you can build a virtual machine, and images are nothing but you can upload any ISOs here. Just add a click on add image, and if you select a file, click on add file, and it will take you to the place where you are accessing this URL, and you need to select the particular ISO and you need to upload it. You can also give the URL. If you have a URL, you can give URL, or if you have a VMDK, you can select the VMDK from here. So uh, pretty simple to do this stuff. So going back, yes, so going back to the this catalog items. So this is for marketplace, where you can download any catalog from marketplace. So storage containers, so this is already we worked on it. So if you click on summary, the available storage details, like these are the default ones. So you can see the summary of the containers. So if you click on view all containers, it will be listing the container details. So like you are able to see the sizes of the used details and compression, cache deduplication, all are turn off. So we already worked on is how to enable compression, how to enable cache deduplication, and all erasure coding. We worked on it in the previous videos. So alerts is nothing but related to the your storage. What are the alerts, pop up and alerts, events and metrics, same thing we discussed before. So if you go back, so extending any storage, like you can do it from Prism. So if you select any container, you will be able to see the properties, usage, everything from here itself. But if you want to expand any storage, you can do it from the Prism element. So external vCenter data, that all pretty simple to understand, but we don't have a vCenter here, so it won't display. So any data stores available on external vCenter, that will be displayed here. So volume groups, we already discussed about this. You can add any physical disks or add physical disk to any VM or any server. We can do it from here. Click on create all. We done it in our previous videos, so I'm not going through it. You can subnets. So subnets, like you can create VLANs here. So like any, so you just need to create a subnet. Click on subnet and give the subnet name, select the VLAN ID and select the cluster. So this we already done it, so no, I'm not going to touch it. So we done it in Prism element, so it will be same here. So VPN, we can configure VPN and security policy, we can do it here. So data protection and recovery, so if you click on protection summary, you can be able to see. So what is this like exactly, like we discussed, like data protection and summary, like from here we can configure a DR, like we can configure a DR to a cloud or on-prem to cloud, even it is a Google cloud or a Azure cloud, like a AWS cloud. So not Google, so it's AWS or Azure. So we can do it from here. Protection policies, we can give mention it here. So pretty simple. mm, so we'll discuss in depth in upcoming videos, recovery plans. So like it's not like this is overview video, so I'm not touching it in depth, but we definitely will look it in our upcoming videos. Going to the hardware, like if you click on the cluster, what happens is like it will display the cluster, cluster name and AOS version, like what is the status, upgrade status, hypervisors used. So we have two clusters with two different version of AOS. That is, you can see that AOS cluster is 5.20 and this 5.15 with a hypervisor AHV and host, a number of hosts, one number of virtual machines running and cluster runaway, like from how many days they are working. So these are lists and also like alerts, events related to these clusters, all available here. When you click on that, you will be able to see it there. So going to the host, like if you click on host, it will be listing the available host names and IP. So CVM IP also, like running CVM IP, hypervisor information and memory capacity, cluster name. All these will information will be listed here. So going to the disks, like if you see here, this is the cluster disk where you are able to see that this is the default available disk with SSD, SATA, tire and used disk and a cluster name which is assigned to. So you can also get the summary of that one along with alerts, events, all stuff. So this was also discussed. So this is for GPU that is not available, but if it is configured, then obviously it will be available. So alerts, events, tasks, all stuff we discussed. So going to the operation, like as discussed, Prism Central have the analysis. uh, so if you click on that, you will get options to configure analysis here. So you can create a chart for all stuff, like uh, digging in more, a lot of options to do it. So you can create a chat here for using the available metrics and the chart name entity. So what entity you are looking for, like is it a virtual disk or a cluster or a host, volume group you have to select, and you have to give the details, metric details, and all stuff. Then you'll be getting in a beautiful chart which you can submit to your management if you require. So this is about this. And cost management, like for example, you have an upcoming project where your manager asked to provide a tentative cost for to build infrastructure environment for a project. So you can using this like you can provide how much, how many ESX, how many hosts required, how many memory required, all stuff, and finally it will give an estimated cost. So this is a wonderful option mm, to submit a report for your management for upcoming projects, uh, for uh, for the for the hardware requirement, or something like that. So discovery, so going here, like so app discovery, so there are no app instance running over here, but using the discovery you can find it here. So even like I didn't work in depth on this, but yeah, definitely upcoming videos we will discuss on this. So lot of available options here, like reports, playbooks, planning, operation policies. So we'll discuss one by one in upcoming videos, but for now we'll go to next one, like here, like administration, like we discussed about users, roles, projects, available zones, and the main thing is like LCM. So LCM is like a lifecycle manager, which we discussed, where we can take care of three parts, that is software, hardware, and software, hardware, and one more I forgot. So inventory. So if you go here, like you are able to see like Prism Central available, like clusters. If you see here OS version, and all the existing environment version details available here, everything. Prism Central is on 2021.8, NCC is 4.2.0. So it's showing the uh, like existing versions of the available environment. So updates, if we go to the update softwares, so here when you see here, like it's already down, like showing the versions, available versions here. Current version is this, and the available version is this. So if you want to update it to the latest version, you can select it and just click on update, and it will take care of updating the stuff. So like actually, if you see here, when I select COM, like multiple things are getting selected. So that is because it, Nutanix is such a wonderful have a wonderful automated things, like the dependencies. It will also take care of the things like what has to be updated along with the this one. So that is the beauty. So if you select this one, you can say, like if you need COM along with these things, so obviously it will update epsilon and prism central. So if you want to update only prism central, if you select prism central, then prism central will be updated. So NCC, like if you select NCC, obviously NCC is getting updated. So like you, I believe you understand what is that. So this is also very nice. So whatever dependencies are there, or whatever need to be updated at same time, they will be updated if if you do it. So if you want to select, or if you want to update only Prism Central, you can do it. But if you want to update COM, the along with COM, you are able to see that others also getting selected. So it's a good thing. But yeah, so uh, few things we can do it from Prism element, and few things we can do it from LCM. So we can, I will take you there so that we can see it. So this is our Prism element. So if you go here, we have an upgrade option. So a few things we can upgrade from here, few components and a few from Prism Central. So if you see here, like we have a foundation, NCC, hypervisor upgrade, file server, and AOS. So here, like the present is latest one. So you can upload AOS software binary. If you have a binary, then if you click that one, it will take you to the available binary, and when you select the binary, it will start uploading the things. Same thing with file server and hypervisor. If you have a this in this environment, like we have AVH, but uh, see, if you are able to see here, like it says that AVH upgrade functionality has been moved to lifecycle manager. So NCC also, if you are able to see a couple of updates available, you can select the latest and you can run it. So foundation also, we have couple of latest versions available, where if you select it and run it, it will be upgraded automatically. So we, that's what like we have to take care of few things there and a few things from here. So NCCs, we can update it from here too. So this is what we want to discuss, and you have best practices also. Like if you see here, using the black, you can go through it. So apart from that, we have COM files, foundation central. So these are all discussed, where we can configure the URL. So it will take you to the uh, like take next level of like next level, where we can work on configuring the things. So this is just a overview, so I'm not touching them. So foundation central, if you enable foundation central, it will enable it. I believe I have covered most of the stuff, and anything we missing, definitely we will look into it. So what is foundation central is like we using the foundation central, we can we can deploy, we can push the uh, uh, like uh, hypervisor operating system and CVM, build the CVMs on bare metal hypervisors. So there is a process for which we will discuss in our upcoming videos. This is a overview video. So in general, production, if you have tons of ESXi boxes, or you have an hardware, not the ESX board, you have an hardware of 100 servers or 50 physical boxes, where you need to create, now you need to install Nutanix operating system, that AOS, and and create a CVM. So there is a process to do it. Along like not only that, you are having an you want to build an ESXi environment, where you want to install ESXi on 50 hardware physical boxes, where using the foundation we can do that. So these all we will discuss in our upcoming videos. So I believe I have covered most of the stuff. Thanks to Nutanix for providing this opportunity, and it's in the Nutanix, it's courtesy from Nutanix. So thank you very much. So I believe I have covered most of the stuff regarding the Prism Central. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any suggestions or queries over vstudentblog@gmail.com, and please do subscribe and like my videos. Thank you. Bye bye.